Welcome to the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast.
Hello everyone, this is Jefferson County with What's Happening Birmingham. Today I am live here at the McDonald's in Fultondale, working with the Birmingham Urban League, talking about the Emergency Rental Assistance Program. I got a whole bunch of guests today. I want to first kick off with Nathan Salter. He is with the Jefferson County Commission. So Mr. Salter, thank you for coming on the podcast today.
Jarvis, I appreciate you being out here with us and interviewing us and kind of spreading the news about this important program for the citizens of Jefferson County.
Okay, so let's kind of dig deep into Louis, or Louise, I'd say. So what's the program all about?
So the Emergency Rental Assistance Program was put in place through a big federal act back in December. And what it is doing is helping our renters who have gotten behind within Jefferson County but outside the city of Birmingham limits. And don't worry, our citizens within the city of Birmingham has their own program, and that's the reason why we've kind of separated out to help those that are COVID impacted to be able to get caught up on their rent, caught up on their utilities, up to 12 months going back and even 3 months going forward. And as compared to programs in the past, we can also help if the landlord's not wanting to let somebody stay, we can help them move and get established in a new unit. But also we can help some folks maybe traditionally we haven't been able to, because this recession we're dealing with was one that hit the whole socioeconomic span, and so instead of just folks maybe that were that lower income that got hit because their place closed, we got folks that may have been making six figures. So it's not a surprise for us to be paying rent or utilities on somebody that may have been paying $1,500 to $2,000 a month on that. Which is very different from the last recession we dealt with in 2008.
So I want to get back into like who's eligible. Like can you break down kind of like the qualifications, whether they, some people are self-employed or some people that's been off of work or part-time or
absolutely. So what we're looking at is first, are you in Jefferson County outside the city of Birmingham?
Okay.
Are you a renter? So this is a program not for homeowners. The commission is trying to identify additional sources for that, but we're not there with this program. And then, are you in a place where COVID has impacted you in some way? And that's broad. So even with our folks that are on fixed income, we have folks that may have, because they were at a more at-risk population, they may have had to pay for somebody to pick up their groceries and unexpected costs. So if you got $800 coming in a month, and now all of a sudden you're paying somebody $80 to go pick up your groceries, you were impacted. We've had some folks that are very clear. They were furloughed. Their kids' daycare closed, and they may have been out of work for that reason. They had to, their costs went up because they had to pay somebody individually as opposed to the daycare. Or they were hospitalized with COVID themselves or one of their kids. So there's a variety of ways that you can be eligible there. And that's the three primary components. You're in Jefferson County outside the city of Birmingham, you're a renter, and that you have COVID. And then there is an income piece, but that's the thing, is it's a very complicated calculation, and that's why we have the good people at Urban League to help you figure out if you meet those eligibility requirements.
Okay, well, one instant thing would be if they was unemployed.
Yes. We actually have to prioritize folks that have been unemployed for the last 90 days, or those that are under 50% of area median income. That means family of four making roughly $35,000 a year.
Okay, so like I know we want to go back to the priority thing. So it's the first people who've been unemployed
90 days or longer. We're trying to get, we know those folks are hit, and when you've been unemployed that long, it's hit on the one thing that is keeping you from paying your rent, that's the pocketbook. And so that's why we want to be able to focus on those clients and those clients that already were very low income to start off.
Okay, so what are those people who like you said, the hours they cut back? Do they just need to show like a paycheck stuff?
Yes, and so that's the beauty. What I'd suggest is either coming out here today at the Fultondale McDonald's, calling the Birmingham Urban League at 205-326-0126, or going to Birmingham ul.org, because what they will do is get you started on that process, because they can look at your current income, they can look at if you filed your 2020 taxes, if you've got food stamps or some sort of other federal program that's qualified you, they're going to be able to use that. And that's why these folks from the Birmingham Urban League are so amazing, because they can turn around and tell you how to get you eligible for this program. So they're going to work through that with you. So I would say my first step is call. Call, go online or come here, and that way they can help you understand are you qualified. Because most people are going to be qualified, they just don't realize it.
Okay, what if, and I know people are watching this, what if the landlord already started the eviction process? Can you still say?
Well, see, that's the beauty of this program. Is so our focus is on getting our renters back square. But also, this is a program for our landlords. Our landlords can come out, they can reach out to the Urban League, because Urban League comes out on site. We have some places, they have 20, 30 folks that have gotten behind on their rent. Landlord calls, they come out, because landlords are going bankrupt. A lot of folks, they may have bought a property or two, and they now have had 12 months worth of rent that haven't been paid. And so that's something that we do also try to take a look at. We're able to pay legal fees and court costs, and then, we work very closely with the judges here in Jefferson County, district court judges. I know Judge Grant Cook, Judge Winston has been working with us to be able to get us connected with the attorneys for the landlords and the landlords themselves, so we can resolve this. So the landlord's made whole, the client's made whole, nobody's disrupted by move out.
Okay, and people probably watching this too, like, they may not be behind their rent or behind the utility bills, but if I'm current, is this going to apply for me as well?
You can, because we can also go up to 3 months into the future, because we know things have came up. And so you may have exhausted your savings trying not to go behind. There's a variety of reasons like that where you may, on paper, look like you're good, but you know you're not.
Yeah. So what's the time frame from me coming in, filling in the application, to hearing something back from you all, and the full circle, getting into the landlord and to all these utility companies?
So what I would say is that's going to be something, with the Urban League, what they're looking at, if they're able to get all that documentation, we in some cases are able to turn around and make a landlord and a tenant whole in as little as 7 to 14 days. But what we tell folks is generally, if you can get everything complete, give us about 30 days. And that's where the Urban League's caseworkers are going to work with the landlord and work with the tenant to understand those timelines and processing. Because you're talking about, this is a $30 million program. I mean, Urban League's cutting, something like $500,000 worth of checks a week. So this is not small for us. So we ask folks, give us time as we're processing this. But generally, yes, if you get everything where it needs to be, I would say you can be confident that it's going to be roughly 30 days.
What if I'm denied through this program? There's still a way to get help?
So with this program, I would say 90% of folks or more are going to be approved. But that's the beauty of places like the Urban League, and why we decided at Jefferson County to work with the Urban League is this is the work that they do all the time, and they just stepped it up in COVID to be able to help us out. And so their caseworkers have connections with other programs of the county or throughout the community if this isn't the right program for you. But I will tell you, there are very few people that are truly impacted that are not going to be qualified for this program.
Okay, one question I had, two I had real quickly. Are tenants of subsidized housing, like low-income housing, public housing, are they eligible for this?
Absolutely, absolutely. The thing that we're looking at is that even if you are in subsidized housing, you still got a rental obligation. You got to pay a utility, and so we want to step in and help with that portion, because like that fixed income individual we're dealing with, if they've had that extra expense come up, it's going to be that much harder to cover the expenses relating to their utilities.
And I guess my final question, I probably got more questions, and you can contact him, is if somebody's gotten like other assistance from other programs around town, can they also apply for this program as well? So
what I would say is that's where you're reaching out to the Birmingham Urban League, birminghamul.org or 205-326-0126, or come out here and see us at McDonald's in Fultondale. And our partners in the Urban League will talk you through that, because generally, yes, we would be able to help, because this is an unprecedented time. And so what they're going to do is work through if there is any issues with that. But yes, we have served folks that may have been helped with another program, but it was not enough to get them called up.
So is there a deadline?
So with this, no, this is a first come, first serve. So the bigger thing is if you're not going ahead and get connected in and more folks than we have money for ask for it, it may be gone. And so that's why we're trying to get this out to folks, because we know people are hurting. We know both the tenants and the landlords are hurting. We want to get folks whole so they can move on.
Okay, so if the landlords are watching right now, what would you tell them? Like, do they need to fill one out for every tenant? Or do
So what I would say is if we've got a landlord can come out today, talk with somebody from the Birmingham Urban League. They can give them a call. Because what we've done is for our landlords, we want to do a little more VIP treatment.
Okay.
And so what we're going to do is you don't put an application in, you're going to talk with somebody or come in, and that way we can get a plan put together. So if you're a landlord that you got one or two folks behind, it may be us just connecting with them, because there's some landlord requirements to getting the documentation together. But if we're dealing with a landlord that has an apartment complex that may have 10, 20 folks, it may be that the Urban League says, hey, let's come on site, do an event, we'll get your folks signed up, you'll be in your office, we can get the ledgers and the documentation we need, so that day at that event we can take care of your clients that are behind. So the thing I would say for our landlords is reach out to the Birmingham Urban League, 205-326-0126, and that way we can take a look at our case and see if it's where we need to do a little direct outreach, because we actually need to come out and do an event.
Okay, well, Nathan, thank you for coming on today.
I appreciate it.
They'll be live, but I think we probably have some questions on it. If not, we'll relay back to the Urban League. But thanks for coming on. You all stick around. Got another segment coming up real soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast. Please check out our website, app, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest videos today.